So for this weekend, we're just gonna go over what I've seen this weekend from some of our competitors. A lot of it was good. Some of it was just mistakes that need to be corrected. Okay, a lot of us did a really good job at passing guards. Okay, I mentioned that cross-body pass. There's a time and a place to use that cross-body pass. For example, if I'm cutting through and I'm knee cutting through Dave this way, and I do get past him, he locks his legs. Okay, and I can't kick out of there. This is when I feel, in my opinion, is the correct way to hit that cross-body pass. Because he's locking my leg down. He's closing my leg in like a deep half guard position. Again, I don't want him to come up under my arm because then he's gonna finish that deep half guard pass or sweep. The only time I like to use personally this cross-body pass is in this position. Because I know I'm locking him down. He's helping me keep his hips nailed to the ground. When I have this grip this way, I like to make him look towards that timer, and I'll flat back him. His legs being locked down, he's locking himself down. His hips are being nice and tracked. So I'll really put that pressure on him. From there, I can go to that position you guys are normally used to, that 3/4 mount, or whatever, coming back to this side, back right here, kicking, sliding through. You guys already know it. I come back to the side. Now this is when I have to release the crossbody pass. Okay, I don't like doing this because these guys are good at retaining guard. If I keep this position right here, yes, I can get lucky. Sometimes I can get a pressure choke for him, but what he likes to do is when I'm in this position, he has two options to do, or to work. To get his bottom knee under, create the frame, come back. This frame comes right here. I'm right here, he pushes away. He retains his guard. Now I'm right here. Now this frame that was right here is going to create the distance. Now I'm losing that crossbody pass. If I'm stubborn and I keep it, and he keeps pushing away, look what happens to my arm. Yes, that's why I do not like that crossbody pass or that crossbody control from side control. Okay, another scenario I see, and these are things that I saw. Some of us with us and some from other teams. And I'm like, oh, you'll hear me like screaming in videos. Another one is, if I'm right here, okay, and let's say I do beat this, or I'm eating all this forearm, he'll come around and trap my arm and then roll me. Now look at, now I'm in his, he's in my side control, or I'm in his side control. That's why I don't like that crossbody pass. And again, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's just not worth that risk. When you're doing a crossbody pass, it's from 3/4 guard. When I successfully pass this guy's guard, I underhook. When I'm ready to move this, I come to the hip. Now I'm right here. Whether I'm getting my grip, grab him, checking his pulse, and the no-gi, I like to check him like I'm tucking a football. I like to feel his pulse. I make him look this way. If I'm in the gi, I'll grab material, I'll grab this way, and I'll keep it nice and tight. Okay, this is first and foremost, underhooking the head. The second thing is blocking the hip. Okay, some of us did. Whenever I block the hip, I've seen some people do this. But then they go back to this, and they do this, and they get rolled over, or they get their guard retained. When you block this back hip right here, it prevents him from sneaking up that bottom knee in there to retain his guard. And it also puts you in a good position to start rotating or moving towards the north-south position, whether this arm is trapped between my arm, or if it's like this. Even if I'm right here, I can still come in to this position for like a seatbelt grip. Okay? Once I block that hip, I'm free to move however I want. Okay, I can go to this position right here, pop up to my knee to belly. If his arm stays there, I can trap it. If he decides to tuck it in, to do that, that's all right. I can still work, I'm getting my points. Sometimes I'll see guys get their points, control the hip, and pop that down. We'd work that warm-up drill where we're doing this. Right? You're just gaining that reaction. So it's important that we block that hip. Once I pass that guard, I'm blocking that hip. If I want to transition to the north-south, I do not let go of this hip. It's up here, right here, just right there. Just like that. Okay. Ideally, he's going to want to do this. He doesn't want to be like this, because you go against good guys, yes, he wants to get ready to frame. If you go against good guys, some guys will do this. They'll step over and work arm locks. It's ridiculous. That's why I keep those arms nice and tucked. So if I want to move to north-south, I keep the bottom hip blocked and I go over his armpit. Now I'm in that north-south position. Why? Because I can do this. Right here. Okay? And we've worked attacks from there before. Okay? So as simple as it is, I want us to go through that positioning. Work on your pass. Work on a pass of your choice. It could be any pass you want to do. The idea is get to the side control and block the hip. If you get to the 3/4 guard, and I'm in this position right here, and I'm right here, don't leave a wide open gap for him to underhook your arm. Sometimes it'll be a fight. Once I get to the 3/4 guard, if I need to put my knee on his belly just for a little bit, and then start chasing, this is where I want to be. Okay, underhook the head, put the pressure, kick out if you can. If you want to go through the whole positioning, go 3/4. Go back. Sometimes guys will slide in that far knee. I'm keeping his shoulders nice and tight. I can kick out. Baseball slide through. Don't sit back right here. You're not safe. You're going to get cheap swept. Excuse me. It's Monday. Okay? Walk the hips back. Control them. Underhook the head. Block the hip. Get used to blocking the hip. When you've worked so hard to pass someone's guard and they just retain it with ease, all that hard work for nothing. Block the hip, control, get your points. Now start moving towards the knee to belly. Some guys like to block that knee to belly. It's okay. I saw some of that this weekend. Guys were doing this, successfully blocking the knee to belly. I couldn't get nothing. All right, that's fine. Still get to it. You can still choke from there. Baseball nogi, baseball choke. Choke the crud out of them. If they're not giving you any inch a day, improvise. If they're not letting me do that knee to belly, all right, it's fine. I'll just choke you from the top half. Exactly, control it. It's not just 1, 2, 3. You have to improvise. You have to be aware of these situations. But do not give up easy positions. If you see gold, I want to attack the arm. Next thing you know, you're in side control. Now you're getting mounted. Control the position first. Solidify that goal. Get there. Hold them. All right, you'll hear your coaches. It's time to move to the next position. Knee to belly, your choice. Mount. Go north-south if you like. Start attacking that far arm. Okay? Just work on your favorite pass. It can be anything. It can be your normal Toriano pass. It can be, once you're in this position, settle. Blocking the hips. I'm not grabbing his pants. I'm literally just putting my hand to the mat and I'm blocking his hips. Blocking his hips. Whether his arms are in the inside or not. That's okay with me. I have control. I've earned my points. If he's blocking that side, being stubborn and not letting me grab any of his arms, we can start working for other stuff. Just be used to blocking the hip. I promise you. It'll prevent so much of your hard work down the drain just to hold those points down. Any questions? You want to see it or you got it? Block the hip. Yes.
So, despite the fact that I had knee on belly and didn't wait long enough and then rushed to go into mount, the axiom of making sure you have an underhook before you go to mount on that far side, which I did, big old dude, and Dave was like, I saw it coming. I just crunched my arms together and rolled. So, obviously, probably should have gotten more underneath the elbow. I had the underhook, but I went to mount, full mount with double underhooks, and the guy just rolled me like I was standing, like didn't even put any effort into it at all.
Right. It's like one of those cheap sweeps. If I'm right here, he's not gonna roll me. If I start doing this and this to control without having the mount, he's gonna pinch down and he's gonna grand amplitude me. It's a wrestling takedown. I'm standing up. It's a throw. He's controlling any part of my base from posting. The first grip we grab is the underhook. If you're gonna go to a mount, I don't like going to the mount from right here because I'm not that compact. If I'm in this position, I'm trying to go to the mount and I slide, I don't want to get cheaply rolled. That's why I like to, which I've seen you do earlier in that fight, where you did this, you had crossbody, and you kicked this arm out, and then you went back to it. If you do get lucky with this arm right here, that's okay, then you keep it, that's your arm now. I pinch down, okay, and if I want to go for a mount, I block the hip. This hip's gonna replace my knee on this far side, and I'm gonna switch my hips. Now I'm replacing this hand that's blocking the hip with my bottom knee. If he comes up, if he's doing that, that's all right. I grab my own toes, lean forward, shoot. If he's not, some people will do this. Some people will do this and step over. That's okay. You trap that arm. If he's blocking it, I can't do this. I'll grab my own toes. Sometimes I'll lean back a little bit. Lean forward and shoot. Now I have that mount. You can hit that in the no-gi, or you can hit that in the gi. Just make sure you have an underhook and you're blocking the hip. Guys are gonna be, they don't wanna give up any points. Okay? Let's go ahead and do that again. Block the hip, we're gonna go for a few minutes and then we'll work on our situation drills. Any questions? All right, on three. 1, 2, 3.